Between us.
You know what? He is known not only for not cracking his smile as one of the toughest judges on Food Network show like The Next Iron Chef, but he's been smiling this morning. You've been really good. Yes, welcome the author of Fed, White, and Blue, food writer and world traveler, Simon Majumdar.
Thank you very much. Lovely to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Simon. We're going to give everybody a taste of your meal here that we're making. What are we making?
Well, it's got a bit smoky in here, so I'm just going to turn my thing down. The last time I saw this many people, it was a jury.
Yeah, it was a jury.
We are going to be making my family's favourite dish, and we call it in our family life-saving dal. It's a red lentil dal, and it is actually the dish that saved my life.
What do you mean by that?
Well, one day when I was really at my lowest, my mother had died, and the business I was running was failing, and I went home to cook, which is what I always do when I'm struggling. I know we all do, so many people here. And I made this dish, and it was while I was toasting these lentils, as I'm doing now, that I found a notebook, and I'd written 4 words in there in my goals to do, and it changed my life, and it just said, go everywhere, eat everything. And I set off around the world, and that's what I do now. I go around the world to eat everything. And this is the dish that started it, so let me show you how I made it. It's a beautiful red lentil dal. It's got ginger and garlic. It's really nutritious. So we've got some oil in here. Ooh. Never use olive oil with Indian food, so this is just a neutral oil. Add a tiny bit more in there.
Like a grapeseed oil or
grapeseed oil, canola. I tend to use canola at home. And then it's all about building up layers of flavour. So we're going to put in some chilies. You're going to hear it all sizzling. Some cinnamon. We've got cardamom. We've got cloves in there.
Turn the heat up a little because
I'm going to turn it up just a tiny bit now. It was getting a little bit hot under there.
Yeah.
A little bit hot and sweaty. We don't like that. But you really want to
like that.
I've heard. I have heard.
I knew you were going to say that.
But once we're going to do that, then we're going to add in just some white onions. You can use yellow onions, red onions, anything you've got. Get those in.
That crackling sound. I love that smell and that sound. It makes me crazy.
I love the smell of onions in the morning.
I know. Yeah. See, when you get 2 foodies, you know,
We're gonna
Sell like 2 negatives, make a positive.
We're gonna sizzle those off, and you could almost just eat that now. It's like an sizzling onion jam. But we're going to add so many more flavors into that.
I don't even love Indian food usually, but this is delicious.
See, that's a real thumbs up for me. I'm very happy with that. I get people to smell whenever in my kitchen.
Goodness.
This is ginger. This is fresh ginger, fresh serrano chilies, and fresh garlic. So we're going to get that in there. Just think about all those flavors going in there. And you know, the key about this dish is it's one of those things that you build up layers and layers of flavor, and it takes time. We're so bothered about everything being quick and easy these days, and sometimes I just like to stand in the kitchen, glass of wine, maybe 2, and just watch, stand over my dish and just let it just gently simmer when I've got good friends, who I hope you all are now, part of my new American family as I've just become an American citizen.
Oh, congrats.
Who are? Thank you.
Blue, that's why.
Then we're going to add...
Question.
Yes, absolutely.
I have to set the record straight then. If you are an American, it's not Fed, white and blue. It's red, white and blue. I just want to make sure if he's new, he knows the color.
But this is because people were feeding me as I went around the country.
I need to find out the significance of the toasting of the lentils first. I've never heard of that, because usually you boil them.
This is something that my grandmother taught me in India, that when you stir them, apart from the fact that you just have to settle down and you're just calm and
with your hand, aren't you burning yourself?
No, you turn it on very, very low heat, and when they become too hot to touch, that's when they're ready to go in the pan.
So once you burn yourself, you know you're
ready. Once you burn yourself, there you go. That's how you baby-proof. You burn yourself. But what you do is you get them. No, sorry about that. That's absolutely not true. Yes,
we have a quota for today.
But when you do that, they become more porous and they take in the flavour. I've actually spoken to my good chum, Mr. Alton Brown, about that, and he tells me that that's what happens. And when you smell them, again, they're really nutty. So now, though, we're going to add in some beautiful ground spices. We've got chili, just chili. Now you can measure that. We've got ground coriander. Now I've got pre-ground spices here. This is who can recognise this?
Turmeric. Turmeric.
The most turmeric. Yeah, absolutely the most powerful spice in the world.
Yes.
Arthritis, blood pressure, everything.
You're not counting scary spice, though.
No. Actually, that is
powerful.
And then ground coriander, ground cumin.
All these things are superfoods, good for your brain and heart health. Good for you. Everything.
And like I said, I've used pre-ground spices at home. I would tend to grind my own, but as long as you've got good fresh spices, we're just going to stir that up. I'm going to add a tiny bit of stock in here.
Everyone smell this. This is amazing.
If you're
so good.
If your pan ever catches, you just add a little bit of stock in there, stop it, and you can smell it. I mean, it's wonderful. This to me just smells like India. It smells like my home. Yeah.
Dal is very familial, right? Everyone sort of has their own formula for getting this right. You know, whether it's red lentils or yellow lentils or what.
All over India.
It's different in every family.
It's different in every family. And in fact, one of the things, I'm just going to pop these lentils in now, and then we're going to add some stock.
So you just put them in like that?
Just once they've been toasted, you just toss them in. Once you've sweated this all off, and I would actually wait longer. I would wait till the oils split out of those spices so you can really see that they're cooked. We're just doing things a little bit more quickly here so we can really see how they do. But once you've tossed them in, we use red lentils in ours, but some parts of India they'll use black lentils, chickpeas, all kinds of different ones. But what makes this really special to our family, and you were talking about every family doing it different, Dan? Lemons.
Lemons.
This is absolutely unique. Now make sure you wash them because sometimes they're waxed and you want to get good organic lemons. We put those in. Then we're going to add vegetable stock. Now you can add water because there's so much flavour in here already, or you can even add chicken stock, but because there's some vegetarians around, I know.
Booze? Can you have booze?
You actually very little booze in cooking in Indian food. You're probably going to disappoint a lot of people.
Yeah. Last time I was here in a cooking segment, you guys had food and wine, and so I'm a little offended.
I'm sorry. We could.
I'm really very sorry. Very sorry indeed.
I got some wine out of Christina's trailer.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. Thank you.
I think
The magic fridge.
It is the.
That's
I
what
got
happens every
beer.
time.
I got wine. What do you want?
I'll go beer. I'll go beer.
All right.
Thank you.
That's what happens every time I open my wallet.
You're the best.
It doesn't happen very
long
often.
does it last?
It doesn't last very long. So now we're just going to simmer
Fabio.
that down.
Yes.
And while you're doing it, if it does get stuck a little bit, if it does get caught at the bottom, because different
You have a
lentils will
doctor
take
right
on,
here.
you just ladle in a little bit more. So after about 20
May I have
minutes,
some more, please.
you're going to have this. It's going to come down. And what I like to do, you're not ready yet? I know
we
you're in a
can-
rush. Are we?
I know.
Not me. I'm getting.
You're
I'm getting the word.
We're just gonna whiz it up and break it down, and I'm gonna serve you some of my beautiful life-saving dal. But what I'm gonna do first is just put a little bit of spinach underneath.
Okay.
Tanya's not going to have any because she already ate it, and so did
I
Doctor.
did. It was
the doctor.
so good.
Look at that.
All gone.
I think the most amazing thing is how nice this guy is in real life.
I know.
I feel like we're watching Darth Vader
gentle,
Garden or
so
something.
gentle
He's
and
pleasant.
lovely.
Can someone have that in writing for my wife?